And then again, if the Bills win today, they go visit Kansas City in Atlanta in a neutral site game. And if the Bengals win, then the Kansas City Chiefs will host in Arrowhead. And that's the way Saturday went down. Steve Mariucci, your thoughts?
Well, you know, watching those two games, what stuck out in my mind in a big way are the big guys from Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Man alive.
Yeah.
They're the best group in the National Football League. Howie Roseman has done a great job. They have defensive linemen. They got about 8 of them that can start for anybody. They just roll them in. And how about that offensive line? Everybody and their dog knew that the Eagles were going to run the football because that's what they do. But they ran for 268 yards because that offensive line is unbelievable. Lane Johnson came back healthy, and Isaac Seumalo and Jason Kelce did a great job against Dexter Lawrence, my X-Factor. And you got Landon Dickerson, and you got Jordan Mailata. I mean, these are great offensive linemen, and they not only control the line of scrimmage in the run game, but they can protect Jalen Hurts very well, too.
And for me, what jumped out is the legend of Patrick Mahomes continues to grow. In, you know, the moment yesterday where he goes down, limping off, has to go into, into the locker room to get x-rays or whatever it was, and then comes limping back out in the second half and leads his team to another AFC championship. I mean, it just continues. He's been so good in the playoffs, and I know we were all sitting at home going, oh, man, what does this mean? Yet he shows up once again. He makes great plays. The one-handed, I should say, the one-leg, jump pass for the touchdown to kind of seal the deal. Just his legend continues to grow, and I like the highlights there. Maybe a little asterisk to Travis Kelce. Those two guys working together, it's like an art form. When you watch the film and you're like, man, he wasn't even supposed to do that. Somehow they understand each other in an unbelievable way, and what a huge victory for them, amidst all the stuff that was going on.
And I said yesterday, if the Jags have any chance, they have to try to slow down some kind of way Travis Kelce. And you obviously saw that that did not happen. Travis Kelce, man, it's like I'm thinking about how do you have one route and they just change everything right in the middle of a route. Even if you beat him, you still don't win. It was just amazing to watch. It really was. That Philly game, I had to keep shaking it out of my head. Stop it, Michael. Stop it. Because you really do. When you see that offensive line of Philly, the way they run the ball, I thought about, boy, they're going up against the San Francisco defensive line. You know, that guy, man, shake it, Michael. They got a game to play. Get that out of your head, because Philly looks so good. Jalen Hurts, first play of the game, let's put all this mess out of everybody's head. Let's shut everybody up. Here's a deep pass across the middle. And then we're going to call 6 or 7 runs with Jalen Hurts right here. So everybody knows our full game plan is in attack when you come in this NFC Championship game. Philly looks so great.
Yeah. By the way,
don't be nervous.
No, you just end it right there.
No, but you're right. The question for the Eagles in the playoffs was, can they look like the team that was the last team to lose a game?
Yep.
And the answer is yes.
They look better.
They did.
Yes,
they look great.
They looked exactly like that team at the peak of their run during the season. They looked like that, and just to tie your 2 points together. How about the Kelce brothers? What a day!
Yeah,
what a day! I mean, Travis with a record for tight ends, 14 receptions, and for fans who were like, cover him. As you say, sometimes he's not supposed to do what he's doing. Yeah. Mahomes knows he's doing it because they just share a brain somehow. Amazing. And then the center of the
Jason
Eagles
was terrific.
I don't know if you guys saw the highlight. Did you see the highlight of him? Some big defensive lineman, and he's pulling, and he just reaches up with one hand and just
took him all the way.
I mean,
took him all the way.
Oh my gosh, just threw him. This is a 300-pound man. He's unbelievable.
So one seeds advance coming off of their bye week, not looking rusty at all.
Rich.
Yes,
do these jokers got on the same helmet, same ties? Those ties look eerily similar.
They're Paisley.
Similar. What are you talking about?
They're Paisley.
Okay,
That's the only.
Okay, so everyone's understanding. It's Paisley, corduroy. That's the order.
That's how we go.
All the way out. Now let's go to Western New York. Let's start talking about today's games. And joining us right now, out there amongst the Bills Mafia, is Colleen Wolfe and the Clark Griswold of Good Morning Football and NFL Network. That is Kyle Brandt. Good to see both of you.
Great to see you, Rich. Thank you so much. Yes, we are out here in the RV lot right now. There are a ton of people around. Everyone is so nice, by the way, too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we've been offered everything so far, like food, drinks, jumping through tables,
All kinds of things.
lots of things.
Couple
but,
favors,
you know,
all
it's
kinds of
real.
stuff.
It's nice out too. It's like 35 degrees, so it feels like Maui compared to the last time I was
You've
here.
been through it, Wolf.
The snow game when they beat the Dolphins. Everyone loves Kyle. Like, short of having an actual Bills player out here or Jim Kelly, like, there could not be a more popular person here in Buffalo to have out here in this parking lot. But
you.
Kyle has Clark Griswolded his
right.
way up to Buffalo with his full family.
Yeah.
A big road trip, went to Niagara Falls.
That's right.
already. I mean, this is a big weekend for you.
You and Rich are all over it. A Griswoldian-style road trip for the entire Brandt family. We ended at Niagara Falls. Now, I have to tell you go to Niagara Falls, tourist destination, all Bengals fans. They're all saying, who day this, who day that. Colleen, we're watching 75,000 gallons a second go over the falls. One of these Bengals fans came up to me and said, that's going to be Bills fans' tears tomorrow. I said, oh, my God. Guys, he went there. But not if Josh Allen has anything to say about it. I want to see number 17 for the Bills today. This is the biggest game he has ever played in that stadium. This is the biggest game in that stadium, period, for 30 years. Understand, Josh Allen, Colleen, already has his Super Bowl speech written. If they win it all, he knows
Are you
what he's going to
serious?
say. Yes.
Serious, Clark?
Said it. Yes, I am serious, Clark, and you can save the neck for me. He already has his booze ready that he's going to drink if they win the Super Bowl. It's some Michter's 20 year. This is a huge deal for him. He needs to get through a very good Cincinnati team today. I can't wait to watch 17. What do you got?
I'm so excited to see that, obviously. You know what? Honestly, it's very simple for me. I cannot wait to see a final score in this game because this game was when the schedule came out. This was the game that I was looking forward to most in the regular season.
Monday night.
And then obviously all of the traumatic events that transpired with Damar Hamlin, the fact that we've all come out on the other side, including Damar, and Damar can see a final score in this game tonight, and it's in the playoffs on one of the biggest stages between two of the greatest teams in the AFC. I cannot wait for this, and I know they feel that way too. For more on the Buffalo Bills, let's go inside now to Mike Giardi.
Thank you, Colleen. Yes, it's been 20 days since Damar Hamlin collapsed on the field in that Buffalo Bills-Cincinnati Bengals game, and his recovery has been remarkable. It has been uplifting. Deion Dawkins telling us there's a positive energy bubble that's been floating around the facility at One Bills Drive because Hamlin's been coming in every day for short periods of time, but to be able to see him, to talk to him, has allowed the Buffalo Bills to heal, and now they want to show their teammate once again why they thought they're the best team in the National Football League. I'm going to turn it over to Bridget Collin, who's been, of course, with the Bengals all week.
Mike, today with a win, Joe Burrow will become the first quarterback drafted #1 overall to win 5 playoff games at the age of 26 or younger. But if he's going to do it out here today, he has to do it without 3 of his starting linemen, plus on the road here in this environment. But this week, he said, every road game feels like you against the world, and that's exactly where they like to be. Now let's send it to Steve Wyche in Santa Clara.
Well, thanks a lot, Bridget. On Friday, 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan, in an effort to educate his players on the great rivalry between the Niners and the Cowboys, showed cut-up clips of some of their magical games, starting with the 1982 catch game and then all of the great games in between. Now, he did this to a lesser degree before these teams met in the playoffs last year. The twist on this year's tape, highlights from the Niners' victory over the Cowboys in Dallas. And now let's send it down to the sideline to Jay Slater.
Steve, the Dallas Cowboys had 52 hours or less to prepare for this one after 3 consecutive trips to the East Coast. Last night, it was one to the West Coast. But Mike McCarthy knows there's not much they can do about it, so they're not getting out their violins. Instead, he's employing a little bit of humor, saying instead, they'll be operating on a little less sleep. They'll be playing a little more grumpy. One guy I've never seen grumpy, always in a good mood, is our own Ian Rappaport.
Thanks, Jane. Patrick Mahomes last night suffered a high ankle sprain, according to a source, and is getting checked out this morning. This is about to be the most talked about ankle in, I don't know, maybe NFL history. Of course, we saw a dramatic scene last night after Arden Key landed on Patrick Mahomes' ankle. You're seeing it right here. Bent it in an awkward state, and then Mahomes not wanting to come out of the game, not wanting to get x-rays, showed it demonstratively and then ended up getting x-rays. They were negative, taped it up, of course, went back in the game. Mahomes was pretty clear last night. I'll be good to go was what he said regarding his status for this coming week. Expect him to be very sore and limited in practice, Rich.
All right, thanks very much. By the way, I've seen Ian grumpy. Come on, we all have.
Yep.
Please.
He can be grumpy.
We're all grumpy. Like Irv will be grumpy tonight, maybe.
Maybe.
Michael Irvin's going to give a pep talk to the Cowboys, and I would not miss it. This is going to be great.